every single interaction with a new person reflects what's already there, what was formed there from childhood, what was there from first relationship experience, what was there for a real long time, as a coping mechanism, as trauma, as pain, as expectation, as wish, and as need that was not really closed, was not really satisfied in the moment, and also needs that are there already, because needs that go from childhood, it's one thing. Another thing is when our needs are here as an adults, it's mindful needs that we have right now. It's a little different because childhood needs are more so like unconscious, always there, and we may be projecting them onto new people. When adult needs that are actually mindful are coming from our wish to cooperate, to interact, to co-create experiences with adults. But both are really important. The point is, in every single interaction, when it happens, we can see what in us is unhealed. And my mistake was, I was thinking that when I see wounds of another one, I see my own wounds, and we can help each other heal. Well, partially it's possible, but for that, both have to have really high awareness, self-awareness, and it's just it's not always the case. And if one person knows themselves more and knows their patterns more and another one doesn't, then there is a risk that this person who knows themselves more will play this guide role, and dynamic will be not equal anymore. Partnership is not parentship, it's different. Partners are not parents, partners are not children, friends as well. It's different, very different dynamic. And what we see when we start interacting is we see what's unhealed, what can be done. It's important to use it as data and not as some sort of reason to feel bad about ourselves, because when we see how unhealed we are, if that's the case, then it's painful to see. And it's important not to fall into this idea, oh, it's too hard for me, and all of these narrow beliefs. It's important to look at it, to be there, to be gentle with ourselves, really gentle, to pour love there as much as possible, and keep looking. Keep looking. And it's also important to see projections, what we project on another one, and again use it as data. And again, it's about us to stop these projections, and we really cannot be responsible for the process of another one. It's their responsibility. It will have its own path, and we're not there. We're not. You see, it's important to realize that they, for example, partners or ex-partners, whatever they are, they're on drivers. They are at a driver's seat, and they will be moving in their own pace, and whenever we're supposed to be driver there. The same goes with us. And it's very different from what we were programmed with, because a lot of books, video clips, movies, they all were speaking about this dramatic type of codependency in a really toxic way. Because there is healthy dependency, it's different. I would say it's healthy attachment, right? When it's unhealthy, then it's different. Idea is, when in an interaction we see our own stuff, important is let's say, important is to take responsibility for healing, to give responsibility back to them, to look at the patterns that we have, and well, and of course I'm speaking from about myself and my personal experience. I don't expect others to follow this footsteps. It's just my personal view. For some may be resonating, for some not, and that's very okay. Because thankfully I don't know everything, so it's liberating to admit it. And so idea is to realize these patterns so that we don't move to the new us or to a new relationship with these patterns, because with them everything will just repeat. And close relationships can show them crystal clear, and they can show our own limits, and they can show our own powers, and also important to use it as data and to see what's there that we're capable of dealing with and what not. And don't jump from our skin to do this, because relationship is not supposed to be a battlefield. It's supposed to be place of growth, place of safety, place where you can be totally yourself, and that actually inspires you to grow, and not when just it was battlefield and you all of a sudden, I don't know, have to endure something. So it's just, my whole point is, when patterns show, it's so important to look at them honestly and to change them. Yes, it's a process, probably a lifelong process, but it's so important to change them, because that's the whole point. That's the whole point of every single practice of mindfulness, every single psychotherapy, every single deep self-reflection. It's looking at the patterns that were formed since childhood, seeing that they are not actually working, because they were built in such a way and in such time when we didn't know any better, and they are not working when we're adults and we're still using them. And that's why we can see that there are really old people out there who act like children, and it's not fun. And the phrase that some people may be misinterpreting when they say, "Oh, be like children," well, not exactly. No, there is nothing good about being as children when you're adult. Meaning, adulthood is yummy if it's mindful. And so many distortions are out there. So many distortions, especially that come from religion. And one of them is, I want to see best in people. It's wrong to see just best in people, because it's naive and it's childish and it doesn't work. Adult position is to see the mixture that is there, and to see if you're able to deal with this whole mixture, not just with the best in them. Because the possibility that they will change is almost zero. I mean, when we deal with somebody, I like this another phrase that's much better. And it says, if somebody shows you who they are, believe them. So if they show you the pattern, believe it, and it will be repeated. Most definitely, almost 100% guarantee it will be repeated again. So if they're able to do this right now, they will be able to repeat it. No matter how much sorry they feel that they did this, they will do it again. And this idea that we can change somebody also is childish. We really cannot. And this is where adulthood starts. If you look at this creature with all the mixture, if it's something you can deal with and it's okay for you, then great. If not, they will not change. You either can change yourself so that you're able to deal with this, or you just, if it's if price is too high, then don't. Because you will lose yourself for nothing. There is no point to lose yourself, because the most important is this relationship that you have with yourself. And if you use yourself in order to keep somebody else next to you, what kind of bullshit is this? What kind of relationship is this? It's already so toxic that it asks you to change yourself completely. Something is very wrong in this dynamic. So, yeah, these are some of contemplations. It's painful as hell, because you see our wounded inner children that they always hope that they can replace something from a childhood and finally heal it. But very sadly, it doesn't work like this. And our traumas that we received will be there. They will be there with us in one shape, form, or another. It's up to us to like start healing them and to be there for ourselves. But it's very likely that these traumas will still create a frame or bit of our life, when as far as we're living. And important is to realize the patterns, to change them as much as we can, but also to see where we still expect that our others will be fitting our unmet needs, because it's not like this. And this is what means stepping from childhood position, this magical thinking, I will be there for them and they will change. They will not. To adulthood, okay, this is how they are. Can I deal with this or not? And can they do something about it or not? And if they promise, or if they say, I will change, and they don't, they won't. So these are contemplations in the field. And now my hands are starting to get cold, so I'm finishing this. Okay, know thyself. And be open for getting to know more of yourself, because there's always more to know. And yeah, okay.